Hi guys, I'm Tyler, and you actually see my face. This is my tabletop. I'm here with my buddy Alex. We are going to play Bolt Action. Show you Alex.
Hi guys, I'm Alex.
We have lots of corona proofing, hand sanitizer, 2 sets of tools. This is the table we're going to be using. We have Impassable River, the blue line. We have a road which is outlined by these walls all the way along. Everything else is normal terrain. Our vehicles are all tanks, so these tank traps are impassable. And the small buildings, so like this one, the watchtower, the little shacks, they can be driven right through like normal. Same with sandbags, that type of stuff. So here's my list first. It's 2,051 points. I have a veteran panther, another veteran panther, a veteran tiger, and then a Stu H veteran. Now, Alex has got...
I have got 2 regular Sherman 5s, 2 regular Sherman or Churchill Mark 6s, 2 veteran Fireflies, and 1 veteran Churchill AVRE.
Got it. Okay. So we are going to roll for... we're playing the objective in the Tank Wars book, which is the scenario in the Tank Wars book. So we're going to roll to see how many... We're going to do all our rolling, and then we're going to get started. Okay, so we rolled for objectives. We got 1, so it's going to be the bridge. Alex beat my roll, so he gets to pick table edge. Normally, you're supposed to use short edges, but we kind of like using... Normally, you use the long edges for the starting sides, but we kind of like using the short edges. This is a 4-foot by 6-foot table, so... Alex, do you know which half you're nominating for?
I do. I'm going to bring out one of my Fireflies, both of my Shermans,
Okay.
and then my AVRE.
Okay. And he's keeping the other 3 in reserve. I am going to bring on 1 tiger, a panther, and the Stew, and I'm going to keep a panther and a tiger in reserve. So, okay.
Okay, so, hi guys. We are doing a play-by-play, Alex and I.
Hello.
So we're gonna kind of react somewhat live. There will be spoilers, of course, if you listen to our audio, because we know how this ends. My general plan was... So I'm coming in from the right-hand side of your video. And my general plan was to plop a tiger right down on that bridge and dare Alex to stop me.
I knew that was going to happen. It's what's happened in the past couple games that we've played, so I was sort of prepared for it. With this first action, I was trying to get my AVRE right into the middle of things because it does not have much range. It's only got a 36-inch range, so it's got to be close to do any kind of damage. So I just wanted to get him as far... as close to that bridge as I could.
Yeah, and I love the AVRE because it is such a hit or miss vehicle. Like, we've played games where that thing has destroyed tigers just by piling pins on them, and then we've played games where I've popped it wide open in the first turn.
Yep.
Which, spoiler alert.
Yeah. This is my Sherman. I'm trying to secure the flank up here as well, just so I can try and get shots onto the mid. Because again, I know you're coming to the middle. I want to have shots to your side if possible.
Yeah, rolling that one for the objectives was kind of like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
The games, I think they've been much more competitive when we had multiple objectives where I was forced to spread out.
Yep.
When I can just throw everything down on one or two objectives, it's a lot harder for you.
Yeah.
In my experience. Because this was like our fourth game?
Something like that, yeah.
And then you've got another British die, so...
Yeah, so I just down. I'm trying to at this time. I'm trying to get tanks on the board for you.
Yeah.
And then here is the shot.
So yeah, I took advantage of the fact that we were on the road, so I advanced about halfway. So this camera is terrible, and it's a pretty bad fisheye, which is why the sides and edges are all curved to hell. But I moved about halfway up, and then we fired, and things went badly.
Yeah, that was just a straight one shot to the AVRE, and that my plan went away. I had to scramble to figure out a backup because I didn't have a backup. I didn't plan for that.
I mean, I rolled the 6 to hit, which was just
devastating.
Yeah, and then
I think you had a massive damage.
This was the first one that we did massive damage. Although the 6 that we're looking at may have actually been the.
I think that may have been the penetrate.
Yeah, this might have been the penetrate because.
Yeah, here comes the.
Yep, and here's the massive damage, which was suitably ugly. Yep.
Yeah, there's that 4, and pop goes the AVRE.
Yep, and then I bring on my pin machine, which. So I put it on the flank because I had just watched your pin machine get blown to hell by being in the middle. So I decided, cool, I'm going to hide my stew over on the side and hopefully get a few shots off. Actually, I think the biggest thing was I wanted to use smoke.
Yeah.
I just wanted to pop smoke. So I put it somewhere where I thought it might survive. And here we start the dance of the reserves. I call down, then you call down.
Yeah, and this was just I wanted you to put more tanks before I did, just so I could see. It also gave me time to, how am I gonna do this now?
Yeah.
So
that's 4 down orders in a row. So I finally have to bring something on. So I bring my Panther up and start chewing up this top flank.
Yeah.
I missed pretty bad, I think, on this one.
I think it was a 1 or something like that.
It didn't turn out the way I wanted to, but I mean, having already blown up the AVRE, I was already...
Yeah, you were kind of in there already.
Okay. And then...
Yep.
Okay. Yes. And then...
Then I bring on my Firefly. My big gun.
And it's facing off against the lightest armor I have.
Yeah. Which it really shines when it's not against the... Like, it'll work against the Tigers and the Panthers, but against that stew, it's just going to go through it like Swiss cheese.
Yeah. And it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that 4 to hit. And then I then yeah, there's the 6.
Yeah, so massive damage again. So
And man, the massive is just guaranteed to destroy it.
yeah,
I
when
don't
you
think-
when you're running those super heavies, it's hard not to
I don't
with that plus
think
7.
in all of our games we've ever rolled twice on that chart and not destroyed the vehicle.
Yeah.
Like rolling up massive damage is the end of the vehicle.
Yep.
Period. And so here was the last move. You were just bringing your Sherman on behind your AVRE.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep him behind that building that he's running straight to keep him out of sight.
Yeah.
Just as a
Yeah.
kind of, hey, he's here. There's a threat of a Sherman.
And that actually ends turn 1. Okay. So there's not a summary pick for the end of turn 1 because my camera messed up, the overhead camera. So we're moving straight into turn 2. Alex, looks like you ran your Firefly.
Yeah, this was I was trying to get him up the board. Well, I was trying to get him up the board so I could wait until your tiger in the middle went last time, and then pop out and shoot him. Because that's going to be a side shot on him, and it will hurt him a lot. Because now my plan here is I've got to kill that tiger in the middle, but I've got to wait until later to where you can't get a tank in there.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so on my first action, I started the pain of your poor.
Yeah, my Shermans. The seal clubbing of the Shermans.
The seal clubbing began. The Panther, I advanced it up, trying to hide behind these buildings. It's hard to tell, but I had really good, you could not see this Panther from your middle Sherman. So I was free to pop that top Sherman. And I got a crew stunned and a turret jammed. Yeah. Oh, I got exactly enough, I think.
Yeah, I think it was superficial damage.
2. Yeah. Yeah, so I got exactly enough, which is why this turn took a while in unedited form because we had to look up superficial.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put a correction in here because you and I totally made a boo-boo. For viewers, we're still learning how to play. The stuff we bring in starting on turn 2, we have to do an order test.
Oh.
So reserves use order tests. So the stuff from turn 1 doesn't count as being in reserve, so no test. But after that, we're supposed to roll.
Gotcha.
So anyway,
noted.
We didn't do that. The Firefly came on, your second Firefly.
Yep.
And managed to miss.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have that gyro stabilizer that the Shermans have.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit hard for it to move and fire at the same time.
This was the Firefly that kind of was your MVP.
Oh yeah, this was the Firefly that almost pulled it around.
Yeah, it became a little difficult to. The Panthers, man, I don't like that the Tank War starter set for German is late war, and so it only comes with heavy tanks. I don't like it.
Well, a lot of them are. A lot of them are the late war. You look at the the T-34. I think the 85s, which the whoa.
I don't know why that's from that. That won't do that in the final.
the T-34. I think it's the T-34 85s and the IS-2s, and those are a little bit later war for the Soviets. So it's gonna look that way. I think they just put them in late war just for
Yeah.
And this is what Germany is running in late war. So
Yeah. So we got a Churchill running onto the field, which is kind of a joke because it moves its grand total of
oh yeah,
12 inches.
yeah. It's
Um,
it's hard for those Churchills to get into battle.
yeah. Let's see. Hey, and now another tiger comes in.
And this tiger was the bane of my existence. I could not do anything to him. Just nothing.
He had a lot of trouble too.
Yeah, no, I mean it was like both of us missing. It was just Mrs. Wild, but I was like, man, I have two firing at you at the same time, and I can't hit anything.
Yeah, it couldn't hit the broadside of a farm
Yeah.
for a couple of turns actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And your other Churchill.
Yeah, this was the one I was trying to come and get that Sherman some relief, because I knew that they were going to need it on that side.
Yeah.
It was from here. It's going to be. I'm going to try and. I don't know if pincer maneuver is the right word, but I'm going to get on the sides and shoot into the middle.
Which actually worked pretty well, except your dice was.
Yeah, my dice was it was not being good to me.
Yeah. Yeah, like you advanced this Sherman, and then you did wind up firing with it just because you were keeping it hidden.
Yeah.
Which. Not a bad move.
Yeah.
Because that tiger in the middle still hadn't gone.
Oh yeah.
And I kept that one in my back pocket for forever.
And I was hoping that you would do something with it earlier so I could do something to it. Because it's the fireflies I'm really scared to bring out unless you've done something with that tiger.
Yeah, which is I don't think I was planning on it. But
yeah, no, you had that thing in park.
That was the last move I made.
Yeah.
I brought my other Panther on up here, and I completely botched it. Now, I mean, that Sherman was already a little dizzy, but
yeah,
I missed bad on that one. And then I advanced my Tiger up again, and then missed again. But yeah, you're right about the parking thing. I put that Tiger right where I wanted it, and didn't move again.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at here.
Yep.
All right, and turn 3. I got first roll, and my Tiger moved up. I was sitting right next to that stew. And crew stunned on that fire.
Yeah, I like I was mad about it, but I was like, at least I didn't die. He's still in the fight. I've got next round for it.
Yeah, I felt like that one kind of hurt though. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that firefly wound up kind of.
He just kind of got stuck over there.
Yeah, that's the one that wound up like stuck for forever. And then you, oh god.
So this one I'm going to blame on you doing what you're supposed to do in a tiger. When you moved the model up, you just angled him ever so slightly, and I think the dice saw you do this and were like, "Oh, he's being smart. We're not going to roll in pins." So it was like it would hit like because that flat armor on a tiger, if you've got something to go through it, it's going to go through it. But you turn it, you get it at that angle, and it's just gonna whiz right off them. So I was like, man,
stupid one.
Yeah.
Hey, you were putting pins on it, which was a good thing, but you just weren't putting enough pins.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
trying to take out this tiger, just so you wouldn't have someone parked on the bridge. But unfortunately, I missed even with that gyro stabilizer.
Yeah, that tiger on that bridge became like your nemesis.
Oh, it was like, I have to kill that thing. I don't care if I'm getting shot in the side by panthers. I'm killing that tiger.
I would I would call that one my MVP, even though it did not do a lot.
It did what it needed
just
to do.
so much damage.
Yeah.
Um, and this one, I felt like you gambled a lot with this particular roll.
Yeah, I did. This
now
was
that
me.
Sherman was facing side on to the tiger.
Yeah, it was. This was a suicide mission. I had to hurt you, or I'm dead. Yeah.
Yeah, if you had crew stunned, well, yeah, spoiler, this Sherman would still be alive.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, you took a lot of shots this
I did.
round, too.
I did.
You were firing everywhere.
Yeah. Because I have to put out, since you've got such heavy armor, I've got to beat you by
Numbers.
Yeah, I've got to beat you by numbers. I've got to beat you by spray and pray as opposed to, one shot. So I've just got to throw out everything I've got at you. And if I get a crew stunned, it hurts me a lot.
Yeah, especially on these.
Yeah, on the fireflies.
Fireflies. And yeah, there's another miss.
Yeah,
Although I think it was. Yeah, later on, that Churchill actually really screwed me with that tiger.
Yeah, I think I started actually hitting, but not pinning. Even with hitting side armor right there.
Yeah.
And
hey,
luckily you missed that shot, but
yeah, it felt like that one was kind of a oh god.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I rolled a 2.
I thought maybe, just maybe, he's got a chance to live.
And Panthers got involved.
Yeah, then the Panthers got involved.
So that top Churchill
Top Churchill
kicks out
pops.
of its hip.
And
And I massive damaged it and everything.
Yep.
That's when we were talking about, I think, you're not taking the 500 point super heavy Churchill.
No.
You're taking the
Yeah,
value.
And this was, I think, immobilized and?
No, it was a crew stun.
Okay.
This one was pretty light.
Yeah.
I think I didn't. Yeah, I didn't do.
I think you just did superficial on this one?
Yeah, it was superficial, and then I rolled a 1. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. The bare bones minimum.
Yep.
Yeah, that's turn 3.
There's a lot of white smoke on that side.
It gets worse.
Unfortunately, yep.
All right.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn 1, I wasn't gonna let you stay there again.
Yeah.
I just. The other problem, I had to go with the Tiger first because I felt like that Sherman was honestly the bigger threat.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were gonna do, and you had presented side arm, side hull. And
It's kind of just like, take the shot.
Yeah, that +8 against armor that's like 9 is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's hard to not.
And then I failed an order check.
Yeah. on only like a 9 or something, an 8.
It was a 10, and I think I had 1 pin.
Yeah, so it was a 9.
So yeah.
I think you rolled a 10 or something.
Yep, I rolled a 10.
Yeah.
And so that kind of set the tone for me on that side of the board.
And then this was just me I really wanted to get into that tiger in the middle, but I was like, I can't just let this one tiger sit here because this tiger will kill me. So I have to take care of this tiger first. And I couldn't. It just couldn't do anything to him.
Yep.
Again, just firing and no pinning, even with that +7 for the super heavy.
Yeah, this is where you started getting.
It's where I got frustrated. Like, real frustrated. I stopped looking at my dice.
Yeah, I think it was that one that you just looked up and didn't react at all to it, and I was like, did it hit? And you were like, no. And then the Churchill freaking
I got you
that tiger.
Yeah.
Immobilized, turret jammed to that facing.
Yeah. And luckily, it was like that Churchill was outside of the range too, because I just backed up a little bit.
Yeah, I could not. I couldn't draw a bead on it.
Yeah.
That facing. It was weird. Like the two lasers were not. You were in left facing, but
yeah,
it didn't help. Yeah. Well,
there goes that side of the board.
Yeah, that side of the board kind of collapsed on you.
Yeah, it didn't do me too good there. It was.
The dice were giving you a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, a little bit. They were giving you a lot of help.
Yeah, that's something I've noticed with Tank Wars is because we only get one shot a piece. Dice matter a lot.
Yep.
Like, man, you miss one die and you are screwed.
And there goes your whole plan, basically.
Yep.
Or your opponent gets one dice, and there goes your whole plan. Like with me with my AVRE.
Yeah, like, and up here, I tried for that Panther shot, but it was a tough shot. I think it was a 5+. And
yeah, it was movement and then cover, I believe.
Yeah, you were in hard cover for me, and
yeah.
That's what looking at. We talked about, like looking at anti-infantry and stuff. If we ever add infantry, and it's like, oh, machine guns where you get 12 dice to hit.
Yeah.
This one die thing, you could be made or broken with one die.
Mm-hmm.
Like has happened many times.
Yeah.
The dice were in my favor this game.
Oh
pretty
yeah.
Bad.
Oh yeah.
And there is a ton of white.
Yeah, there's all that white smoke over there. It got hard to breathe. I had to cough a couple times because of it.
Okay. And so we start turn 5. And
I'm just going to start exchanging shots with this tiger.
Yeah, I think... Is this turn where I immobilized the thing?
Yes. Yep.
There it is. Which actually wound up protecting this tank from...
Oh yeah, it helped you it protected it from literally everything, but it also meant that I couldn't do anything with it. After I killed this tiger, it was just worthless. Like I was so mad about you immobilizing because it meant I couldn't, take a pop shot at that tiger in the middle.
Yeah, like it became a paperweight at that point. And then I put this thing in ambush because there wasn't a whole lot for it to shoot at. This is when I realized that Churchill was not in the arc.
Yep.
So I need to look at what I learned is I need to look up the ambush rules because I didn't really pay too much attention to it.
Yeah.
And another.
Yeah, I was so mad at this point, just because he's right there. If I can take care of him, I can continue with my push and hopefully do something. But this just brought me to a halt. I couldn't do anything. I think these past two sealed the fate just because I couldn't get those fireflies out of combat.
Yeah. This one you crew stunned it.
Yeah.
Which Okay, cool.
It had already.
It was in a bad way, but it just refused to die.
Yeah. And it's those, like and then
Yeah.
Panther.
And then, because that tiger refused to die, the Churchill felt kind of useless.
Yeah,
And
it's having only the mediums, that +5 against your heavy armor.
Yeah,
It's rough. It's real rough sometimes.
which the good thing is that I'm like, we're heading towards a middle ground.
Yeah.
I'm picking up lighter vehicles.
Yep.
Like the stew.
Yeah.
Just to have some flexibility, because there are ways, and this is where I just went kind of dumb, and I put the Panther in the river, and I was starting to head down towards the bridge, mostly because it was the fastest, most the clearest way to get towards your firefly.
Yeah. So I was really hoping that you would like try to push those Panthers up into the other side,
Yeah.
so you could try to get to my fireflies. Because I was really hoping to take your tiger out like the very last minute, so it would be a draw.
Yeah, play for a draw at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of white smoke on your side.
Because now it's 2-on-4.
Yeah.
And it's rough out there.
Okay. And
Finally,
I cheered.
Yeah. It was. And the bad thing was, I'm pretty sure that was my. Was it the one that was not immobilized?
It was the immobilized one.
Was it? Okay, I couldn't remember.
Because you moved this firefly and it popped Panther.
Yeah.
Later in the turn. Or at least that's how I
have it drawn up.
So, avid listeners, I'm totally doing these boxes and stuff for the play-by-play from memory. So.
Yeah, we need to write down a list of what happened next time.
Yeah, that's what I wound up doing off of the audio from the dice cam.
Yeah.
Which took a while. So yeah, the Panther moved up further into the river, and then I guess no, that was the.
Yeah, I don't think I did, because that firefly had
too many pins.
Yeah, he had too many pins.
I had it down that you rallied it.
Yeah.
And then I downed this Panther, and then I got out of ambush because we had accidentally put die in. Which was kind of. So I removed the ambush counter from the tiger. And the turns are going faster because things are
gone now.
Wrapping up. Okay. My tiger couldn't see anything, so I just rallied it. Which felt like the right thing to do in case there was a turn 8. Because I was gonna have to do something.
Yeah. And then this is. If only that other firefly could pop out as well, and hit that tiger.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been nice, because that's a draw at that point. I'm cool with that after the beating that I took.
Yeah, this firefly backed up real, like, it. You maneuvered it well. Like,
yeah.
If there had been a turn 8, spoilers, there isn't one. But if there had been, like, you were in a pretty good position because that tiger could not traverse.
No. It was just it was that in that Churchill spot basically where the.
Yeah.
It could hit you but not be hit.
A shot with my other Panther, but
yeah.
That was a freaking long shot, like heavy cover, the whole 9 yards. So you were in it. Actually, like, I feel like you ended turn 7 in a really good position to do something if you needed to.
Yeah.
Like, if there were a turn 8, you probably would have gotten a draw.
Yeah, because I don't know how you could have got that other panther close enough.
Not in a turn or two.
No, it would. Yeah, it wouldn't take. You wouldn't have been able to get there in a turn 8.
Yeah. I left that panther there, and kind of assumed you couldn't destroy both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, yeah, we kind of looked at it like that, and then rolled the die, and which, yeah, the die cam was about to no more turns, but yep.
Yeah, there's a 2.
That was the game. It having only one objective really hurt you.
Yeah.
More than it hurt me.
Yeah, I couldn't spread you out as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, because the last game we played, we had 5 objectives.
Oh, that was nice.
And you whooped me.
Yeah.
Because I had to spread out. And so you could pounce on one tiger with 3 tanks, and actually do something.
Yeah, that just you not being able to take out that center tiger hurts. And I had chances too. I just couldn't get the dice on my side. So
yeah,
it's just
it was a fun game.
Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah.
have to do it again.
Yeah, it was great.
It wasn't until the last 2 turns. Oh,
Immobilized tiger helped.
yeah.
All right. So that's it. I won barely. My immobilized tiger is sitting close enough to the objective that is the bridge. His immobilized firefly, which is hidden, that's for sure. And then that firefly that was pounding the hell out of my panthers. That's it. It's been fun, and I'm Tyler, and this has been my tabletop.